Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about all things fitness. What has worked for me, and you have asked me questions about this. So today is the day that I will share about fitness and exercise and working out and the body. And I want to preface this by saying that there's no right or wrong. So different things are going to work for different people, and I'm simply going to share what works for me because I also believe it's about mentality and it's also about mindset. It's about what you eat and it's also about what you're doing with your body. So I'm just going to dive right in, but know that you can leave any questions or comments or anything particular that you want me to speak about. And I also love including this in all of my programs. So whether people work with me one-to-one or in my intoxication program or my women's program, I always include some aspect on the body, on working out, etc. So first, I just want to get into mindset. So for me, it's always been about being in the best shape of my life and feeling sexy and that I love being in my body. I think that's really important because when some people focus on I want to lose weight and there's this need to want to be different, I think that creates a stress, and then a lot of times people end up keeping that weight on because there's a focus on weight. For me, there's never been a focus on being skinny or wanting to lose weight or anything like that. It's always been about being in the best shape of my life so that I'm healthy and also feeling really good and sexy in my body. And then that leads into the next thing that I think it's so important when it comes to fitness and moving the body, that there's pleasure. So that you love whatever it is that you're doing. So for me, I'll share all the different things I love to do, but if you don't like running on the treadmill, don't do it. Do what you love. And guess what? The things that are pleasurable can also be what you do for exercise. So for example, I love to dance, and there's a way to dance that you get your heart rate up, you sweat, that it's a form of a cardio, and you're working out your legs and your butt in a way that you never have before, including your core. So I can do an hour-long dance practice, and depending on how I dance, I can actually get myself a really great workout, both cardio as well as core, abs, butt, legs, and same thing with rock climbing, for example. So this gets into another thing of I really like exercises that require you to use your whole body. So this idea of going to the gym and just kind of working one muscle group, that's not my thing. And I also just don't recommend that to clients, because when you do something that's a full body workout, like rock climbing or yoga, or even using the Pilates reformer or something that requires you to use your balance, I feel that you end up working more of your body and there's more coordination and you end up burning more calories. But like I said, for me, working out isn't about that. It's not about burning calories. It's about allowing my body to be healthy. So when I think about isolating and just doing one arm or legs and just isolating, it doesn't feel like the body's natural way of moving. Because part of why we want to move the body is because we help the muscles move the lymph and the toxins out of the body so that they can be excreted. So you bring stuff from the extremities to the central part of the body, and then the organ systems can do their job of clearing out the toxins in your body. I do recommend getting your sweat on. So if there is, like I said, whatever it is you're doing, have a moment where you sweat it out. And so, for example, like I mentioned, if I'm doing dance as my form of routine, of fitness routine that day, I dance to the point that I'm sweaty and my heart rate is up. So at some point in your fitness for the day, even if it's a 20-minute practice or a 20-minute thing, get your heart rate up. So for example, another great thing you can do is go for a hike in nature or walk in nature. And at some point, walk fast or run. And that's the thing about fitness, it's every single level. So depending on your level of capability, and even if you have injuries, there's something you can always do. And that's why yoga is really great, because yoga can be modified so that any person with any injury, if you have a left hand injury, you can do other poses that don't require your left hand to be used. So I highly recommend that whenever you're doing fitness, that you do something that requires you to move a big portion of your body, that you need your body. So for example, like bike riding, or going for a walk, going for a hike, rock climbing, rollerblading, dancing, running in nature. Yes, you can use equipment, but that's not something that I do. I don't generally do that, and I find that my body has been in the best shape of its life when I took walks on the beach, running on the beach, and then dancing on the beach for sunset. And that has been by far my favorite routine that has really kept me in shape. And then along with that, like once a week yoga and once a week Pilates reformer. So that's kind of been my regimen. And that brings me to the next thing of variety. So the body gets used to things. So if you keep doing the same exercise over and over, the body's going to be like, this is boring. It's not really challenging me. And then you're not going to change your body structure or get your heart rate up. So I highly recommend doing something different. So if you want to work out, it's great is to move your body every day, because the truth is we sit down for a really long time. So even if you were working out like once a day, that's like 20 minutes to an hour based on a whole 24-hour period. It's not that much. So ideally you want to do something for your body every day. And if you're not going to do it every day, then at least 5 days a week. But like I said, that could be like a walk around the block. It doesn't have to be this like extensive thing. And then if you know you're going to do 5 days a week, then you every day do something different. So maybe one day you do yoga, one day you do Pilates, one day you go for a hike, another day you do a dance party with the people you love, your friends, or by yourself. So changing it up. The other thing that's really important is what you eat. So there's so many people that eat sugar and gluten and things that seem like it's a healthy thing. It seems all natural, but then they notice that their body isn't where they want it to be. For me, like I eat super clean, and that I think is the most important thing, is how you eat. And eating really clean and not eating. I definitely believe in eating until you're full, but not overeating or eating when you're not hungry. I think a lot of people eat excessively. So there's some nights, if I didn't move my body that much, I'm not that hungry for dinner. So I don't just eat it to eat it. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to choose to like fast and do like an intermittent fasting. So what intermittent fasting means is where you take time in your day and you stack your eating into a few hours so that the rest of the hours you could be fasting. And why do you want to do that? Because it helps your organs clean themselves, because your organs are working when they're digesting food. And if you're eating around the clock, your organs can never take time to detox. And then this can also lead to slower metabolism and things like that, and even issues with your organs. So I do recommend taking time to fast in moments, whether it's a half a day or maybe you eat breakfast later, or sometimes, I think for me, what I really prefer is letting people know, really don't eat after the sun sets. So yes, if it's like a Saturday night and you're with friends and you want to enjoy time, that's an exception. But if you're home by yourself, like after the sun goes down, it's better to not eat. Or like another rule of thumb too is, depending on where you are, it's like after 6 p.m. And for some people it's fine after 8. But when you start eating too late, that means when you sleep, your organs are not digesting. And then instead they're like, you're not getting a good night's sleep because your body's busy digesting food versus sleeping and rejuvenating itself. Because that's the point of sleep. We rejuvenate our body. So I think sometimes people think they have like a fitness issue going on, but the truth is it could be dietary, because diet and fitness go very hand in hand. So I would love to hear any questions that you have. I kind of shared a really A brief overview, and as I mentioned in all of my programs and my one-to-one work, I really go deeper into fitness and moving the body and what that means. But overall, I'd say you want to move your body because it gives you energy. It seems counterintuitive, like, don't I need energy to move my body? And actually, the truth is we get energy. So I know after I do a dance workout, I'm like so lit and I'm like, wow, I could do anything right now. And you feel so strong and good, and the endorphins that get released, it's like a natural drug. So I always recommend people to take time in your day, even if it's just for 20 minutes, even if it's just stretching, like anything, or go out and take a walk. Even if you want to use that time to be on the phone and catching up with friends, it's better than just sitting in the house all the time. I know for me, like yesterday I went for a nature hike and I was so lit in nature. And then I came back and it like inspired me to do work. So just taking those little moments to go in nature or wherever, just to move the body, go to a class. I know right now, at the time of this filming, we're still at the end of the quarantine. So there have been tons of options online where people can just do a yoga class online. I know tonight I'm going to do a yoga class with one of my friends, and it's so fun to take that time to care for my body, because then I feel better and then I can share my mission with the world in a greater way. So I hope that this video inspired you. If you have any questions on fitness or working out, you can always leave a comment in this video. I send you all so much love. Thank you for being here. And remember to move your body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Sending you guys so much love and wishing you a beautiful day. Thanks for being here.